Assalamu alaikum. Como televu. Como se va? Ni hao. And what's happening, bro? This is Musa, Matt Meacham Jr. signing in. I'm signing in on 2 networks. The thing is, I can talk on this network for quite a while. So when I get to 10 minutes, I'm gonna have to stop. And then I'm gonna get back to you. Well, maybe this would just be a 10-minute discussion. Maybe I should just keep all my discussions at 10 minutes. And then I'll just publish my video on both channels, and Alienation, and the other one is Musa Corner Consultant International. Well, the President of the United States of America is trying to get rid of these aliens. And Mexico will not accept the aliens unless they're from Mexico. The people in the Bahamas will not accept the aliens who are swooped up by the new administration. My question is, I don't understand this. Why is it that Biden couldn't do this? Why is it that when President Trump became president, they started doing all this stuff? Why is it when Biden was the president of the United States of America, why weren't they doing all these things that they are doing? Something is weird. This is a weird situation. The oligarchs, reparation. Mr. Trump, it's time for African Americans to get reparation. And I'm an African American. I was born in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It is time for African Americans to get reparation. Every African American who was born, his forefathers were slaves in America, should be paid for those 250 years that we worked in America for free. Therefore, Mr. Trump, pay us our reparation. I'm an African American. My folks were slaves, and they worked in America for free for 250 years. Mr. Trump, you are in a serious situation. Now, you got your aliens, you're picking them up, and you got no place to take them. And you got these African Americans that the United States of America owes for 250 years. And I'm an African American, and you owe me America. I can prove it. I can prove that I am an African American. I was born from those guys who worked for free 250 years. What do you think about that? I think the African Americans now, we should start moving toward getting reparations. Is that what they call that term? It's time for us to be paid. You got all these people coming in from India, China, Japan, you name it. They come in right into America, and they get everything they want. And we done worked in America for 250 years, and you owe us money. And you, Mr. Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, you should get some kind of law that says the African American should be paid for the 250 years that African Americans worked in America for free. And all these other folks coming in from America, that's your business. But you owe us America. What do you think about that? Got a lot to talk about today. Alienation. I'm telling you, you better get involved with him. Now, Mr. Trump says there are only two. His regime is going to only recognize two. What do they call these people? Two sexes. In other words, 2 genders. I'll be 75 years old in a few weeks. I'll be 75 years old in a few weeks, so you know I'm an elderly man. But Mr. Trump said that his regime would only recognize two genders. Okay, Mr. Trump, you made a mistake when you did that. And Mr. Trump, I got it on the internet, and if I could pull it up, you told the Nigerians that if you were elected, that they could get free visas to America. Mr. Trump, are you going to be able to keep all those promises? And you got these guys in South America who you're finding that Mexico is not your friend. Because Mexico say they will only take Mexicans when you put them in them jets. They get them free rides. All these guys, you pick it up and throwing them in jail. And you say you're going to take them back to their own countries. Oh, Mr. Trump, you got a problem. And they say in the Bahamas, you can't drop those aliens out in the Bahamas. You can't drop those aliens out in Mexico. What are you going to do with those aliens, Mr. Trump? And my question is, how Biden, he had all that time to do what you are doing. He had all that time to do what you are doing. It is a reflection of the oligarchs. You don't care about America. The oligarchs, they don't care about America. They got their jets, and they can fly anywhere on Earth at any moment. At any moment in time, they can fly anywhere on Earth. There's no those oligarchs who have controlled the American economy, the American government. They can do whatever they want to do. They can jump on their private jets and fly to Switzerland. They fly to Angola. Those oligarchs do not care for us, the common man. They put you there. And I fear for you, Mr. Trump. I fear for you. You got a dangerous job, my friend. You have a dangerous job. What are you going to do with all those aliens? What are you going to do with all those aliens? You go pull out of Chicago, New York, put them on your jets. They get they fly in jets. That's American money. So you put all these, wait a minute, and now you're telling me you are picking up gangsters. You're picking up people in all these different cities are gangsters. You mean the Biden administration? There was not an FBI? There was not an FBI during the Biden administration? Why couldn't Biden have picked up all these criminals that you are picking up in all these cities? And now you're finding that you have no friend. Mexico is not your friend. She said you cannot bring those aliens to Mexico. Only Mexicans. The Bahamas, the beautiful Bahamas, they said you cannot drop those aliens in the Bahamas. What? Are you going to drop them in Greenland? Where are you going to drop those aliens? This is a mess. In African Americans, it is about time for someone to stand up and say that the American government owes us money. And I'm an African American. And that means my ancestors slaved in America. My ancestors worked in America for free. 250 years. Now everybody can come to America. Indians who love Mr. Trump. They're Africans, they're black folks who love Mr. Trump. I don't hate Mr. Trump. But Mr. Trump, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with all those aliens? Look what the Biden administration look at what the Biden administration left in your hands. So the first day you're going to stop. You're going to write down, you're going to sit down and say, oh, this, oh my God. I said, look, I'm an artist. I'm trying to do a film production. And the thing is, I'm saying, I'm reacting. But the thing is, I'm going to leave, I'm going to stay out of politics. So I'm going to get back to alienation as soon as I can pull everything together. I've completed my book. I have completed my book of short stories. And the thing is, something happened that's going to delay the publication of that book. And I'm not going to discuss that over the air. So I don't know when that book, I finished my book on short stories, which I wanted to complete before I move on my alienation. My alienation, you won't be able to miss it. You will not be able to miss alienation. Because very soon, that's all you're going to be talking, that's all you're going to be hearing. Alienation. My play, I'll begin to, let me see if I can, I can continue talking for a while. I have to cut it. And okay, let's go back, let's go to my book, Alienation. This book is based, this book was first published in USA, and Alienation is a rewrite of an absurd saga which details religious dogma with pragmatism. I have all kind of characters in this particular drama. What I'm doing, first, I'm trying to put a spotlight on us. Who is us? Humanity, man. For man to check himself. Okay, look, you have people, let's go to the realities that exist. You have people who we call them deformities. But God created these human beings and he put them on earth. He put them on earth. Why does God put these we call deformities? Why does he put them on earth? God does as he pleases. But then there has to be, he also creates in all of us a little germ. That germ is called compassion. And there was the prophet Jesus Christ, he talked about love. And love is almost equivalent to compassion. And that's what Jesus Christ, the prophet Jesus Christ, that's what he taught. Love. So what I'm doing with my alienation, what I'm trying to do is to make humanity to check itself. So you big time president and you say there are only two genders. You are not God. There are only two genders. I'm one gender. I was born male and I only know maleness. And I love women, always. There has never been an issue with me with what and who I was. But there is a reality that we as human beings must accept. So God brings this child into the world. And this child has two sex organs. What do you do with that child? Look at what they do in Tanzania. Look, let's look at humanity. Look at what they do in certain areas in Tanzania. If a child is born white, they cut him up. If the child is born white, they cut him up and use it for medicine. So, let's look at the history of America. And just 200-300 years ago, they would bring black pygmies, black African pygmies, and they would put them in cages. And people would go to the circus and see this little black man. He's in a cage like a monkey. are like a wild animal. I'm only, what am I doing in alienation? I'm saying we, the human being, must check ourselves. We as human beings must check ourselves. So 200-300 years, you discriminated against black people because their skins were black. And look what humanity did to black-skinned people. So you go into these, and I found you a little primitive area in somewhere in the jungles of Tanzania, and you got people, if they child is born white, they cut them up and use those body parts for medicine. Look at us, humanity. Why? Why do we do these things to each other? That's what alienation is about. I'm going to give you a preview of alienation, because now I'm going to move on alienation. I'm going to get ready to publish alienation. If these guys, if they work with me, I'm trying to. Now I'll finish my short stories. Now first they were going to publish it, and then I'm going through issues with that publication. But I'm getting ready to talk about alienation. I'm going to give you a preview. Alienation is about aliens, not Mexicans. or these guys, what do you call it? These guys who used to slip into through the borders. We're not. Well, a little bit. The alien, in my film script, in my vision, he does come from idols out of space. But these aliens are like dogs. This place, in this far, far, far out space, these aliens have come to planet Earth. But these aliens are like dogs to us, but they talk, they think. And what happens is these aliens interact with human beings. So I have this language, clever language that I use. I'll go through the script, and the thing is, I use, you may say, vulgar language.
Entitlement. The novella, An Alienation, doggone it was not an advocacy for one or the other, but it tried to place an essential human conundrum in the realm of human discourse, and this tale acknowledged two basic human sentiments, compassion and passion, which are the key constituents which serve as aprons that keep us civilized. But, still, we must remember the declaration of the honorable prophet Jesus Christ when the Israelites were getting ready to stone to death the helpless and iniquitous prostitute. He who is without sin, cast the first stone. As previously indicated in the synopsis, the screenplay stands as a unit which only derives from the conceptual promulgation of the novella. A reading of the novella will show that the screenplay is definitely a derivative of the novella. In fact, dialogues.
We will talk more about alienation in this class. Is this a class? I think this is a class. So we will consider this class XY1. This is Musa signing out in his class in book writing. Check it out.